Hello everyone and welcome. I just got my hands on a brand new product that is not even on the market yet. Since you have to innovate on this platform, sometimes you have to think outside the box. So that is what I did in this case. I was able to get an early production prototype of a new laser meter from Milessey. Now, I tested a laser distance meter from Milessey before, and I thought it was a good product. So when I saw that they had a new laser measure that was available for early order, I decided to get it and share it with my viewers. Now, I did a search, I looked around before making this video, and it seems that no one else has tested this product yet. So I can claim to be the first product reviewer on YouTube to test this D9 Pro laser distance meter from Milessey. So if you're interested in the latest cutting-edge technology and laser measuring devices, stick around as I unbox and test this prototype. Alright guys, so when you unbox this puppy, this is everything you get. So let's talk a little bit about some of the features that this guy has, but before we get started testing this guy, do me a big favor and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. That way you get notified every time I create another product review video or DIY project that you may find useful, or a great sale video that you can save money at the big box stores with the great deals that I find for you guys. Alright, so what do we have here today? Well, this is the D9 Pro, or Space Master as they call it, from Milessey. Soon to be available on Amazon or their website, but right now it's only available on Kickstarter. That's how I got it. I got early access to it that way. And I'll update the link down below. Right now I'll just put an information link, but I'll be sure to update that to either their website or Amazon, whatever gets you the best deal in the future. Now let me point out that I previously tested a different laser distance meter from Milessey, and that one was made more to be used for outdoor use. You could use it indoors or outdoors, but that one had a camera to make it easier to find the laser when you're out in the sun and so forth, taking distance measurements outdoors in the bright sunlight. I'll put a link to that one up in the corner of this video so you can go see that later if you want to. Now this unit right here, like I said, it's not on the market, so I can't give you accurate pricing as to what it cost. I'm not going to discuss what it cost me because I got the super duper early access pricing on this unit, so you're not going to be able to get that anymore, so let's not even worry about that. But when it's on the market, from their information, I understand it should be around $120 to $140, which is not a bad price considering everything this guy does. The previous unit that I tested ran $199, so this one is cheaper than that one, and it's more advanced. So what do you get when you unbox this guy? Well, you get the D9 Pro itself. You get the owner's manual that tells you everything about how to use this guy, and it's very detailed. I already went through it, has a lot of great information in it. I suggest you read through it to get optimal use out of this unit. You get a lanyard, you get a USB cable to charge this guy up, and you get a nice sturdy case to keep this guy stored away when you're not using it. Now the dimensions on this guy are 4.5 inches by 2 inches by 1 inch in thickness, and it only weighs 5 ounces, which is minimal. The warranty on this guy is 2 years, and this guy has a magnesium and aluminum alloy body. It's not plastic, it's not ABS, it's a metal alloy body, and it has a nice solid feel to it. I was surprised when I took it out and had it in my hand. It really feels nice and solid. It doesn't feel cheaply made. This guy is powered by an 1800 milliamp battery, which will give you a runtime of 8 hours of use from a full charge. This guy has a 2.4 IPS touchscreen for easy maneuvering through all your different measurements that you want to do. This unit has a maximum measuring distance of 330 feet with a plus or minus accuracy of 1/16 of an inch. This unit is supposed to be the first laser surveyor with 2 alignment laser indicators for more accurate measurements. And I'll show you all that in a moment. Trust me, we're going to go a lot closer into this guy, and I'm going to show you all the things it can do. This unit can measure in feet, inches, feet plus inches, meters, millimeters, and centimeters. Plus, you can also switch between the units as you're taking measurements, which is quite convenient. I already tested this out a little bit ago, and you can actually take a measurement in one unit, switch to another one without having to retake the same measurement again. This unit also has an adjustable font size and a black or white screen display to make it easier for anyone to read in just about any kind of lighting situation. This device can take measurements using the reference from the front of the unit, the back of the unit, the middle tripod centering of the unit, because it does have a tripod attachment, I'll show you that in the back, or the laser level reference that come out of the sides, and I'll show you that in a moment as well. This unit has a magnetic back allowing you to attach it to any metal surface for easy mounting. It also has a tripod screw like I just mentioned, which I'll show you more in a moment. This unit has a digital bubble level, a tilt sensor, and a digital angle finder with real-time display, so you can easily see and find any angle adjustment that you need to do as you're making it. This device also has a built-in flashlight so you can see better in dark areas. This unit can store all your data in a free downloadable app so you can connect that through your Bluetooth. You can put that on a tablet, on a smartphone, and you can hook up to this guy through your Bluetooth device. This unit has a huge selection of formulas for taking all sorts of measurements such as distance, point-to-point, area, volume, Pythagoras 1 and 2, trapezoid, triangle, cylindrical, volume, stakeout, and more. So this device seems to do everything that the other Milessey laser measuring devices can do, but it takes it to a whole new level. This laser measuring device can be very useful to a DIYer making all sorts of measurements at home for any type of home improvement project, since it's easy to understand and not complicated like some other devices. This unit is also great for the professional since it has a huge list of formulas already built in for making measurements and decisions about projects that you want to take on or bid on. Compact and easy to take anywhere you want, this seems like a very advanced laser measuring device, so let's do a little bit of testing and see what it can do, but first of all, let's take a little closer look at this guy. Alright guys, so let's get a little bit better acquainted with the Space Master, or D9 Pro, however you want to call it, and we're going to look at some of the features and functions that it has right here on the bench, and then I'm going to grab it and we're going to do some measuring with it and see how well this guy performs. And like I said, this is a channel exclusive. This is the YouTube first. No one else on YouTube has tested this product yet. I was fortunate enough to get a really early version of it, and that way I could bring it to you guys and let you know a product that is going to be coming out in case you're interested in it. And in case you're curious, this is not the first time I test a prototype. Over the years, I've tested a few different things. I tested a battery bank, I tested a power screwdriver, I tested a tire inflator, different things from different companies that I was able to get in advance from Kickstarter and so forth. And that way you get to see what a product is and what it evolves into over time. And some companies are just starting out, and I've been fortunate enough to pick companies that became successful. Milessey is an established company. I already know that. I've tested their products before. And this just happens to be a brand new product that they're putting out. And I get to see how it is right off the get-go, right before they actually release it to the market. So if you enjoy seeing prototype videos and so forth, be sure to comment down below and let me know what you think. That way I'll be sure to do more of these in the future. So anyway, let's take a little closer look at this guy. And this guy has a very nice, clean interface to it. And it is a touchscreen up here in case you're curious. And we're going to look at the menu and stuff more in a minute. Has a nice metal body to it with the 2.4-inch screen, I believe it is, and very clean interface. You see everything right there is just one button as far as doing all the measurements. I'll show you all the other buttons in a moment, but as far as taking a measurement, you see right there, I already have it going as far as measuring. And if you want to take a measurement, I'll put my hand right there. All you do is press the button, you activate the laser, press it again, bam, you get your measurement right away. It's that easy to do. So very clean interface, very easy to use. Not like some of their other ones that have a lot of buttons on the front and can get maybe a little complicated for some people. This one's one button right there, very easy to do. Now, as far as this guy goes, like I said, it's a metal body, and even the sides, they're painted black, but it is metal. And the back, there's your tripod mount if you ever want to use that. And on the side right here, that's your flashlight right there. That is a little power port right here where you slide the little door, and there's your USB charger right there. That's a laser coming out of there. And as far as right here is your flashlight button. You have high and low and then off. So very convenient. If you want to light up somewhere that you're working, there you go. There is your on-off button right there. A laser comes out of here. And these buttons are for doing any of the kind of measurements or cycling through stuff, etc. And another laser comes out of the top right up here for measurements. The top one is the only one that does measurements. The two lasers on the side are only for reference, and I'll show you that in a moment, how those guys work. The screen is very convenient. You just saw it a moment ago how it has a tilt feature. You can turn that on and off, but I have it on right now. But you can have it this way, and if you tilt it sideways, this way, I'm going to show you right now. If you're looking at it this way, it'll stay like that. Tilt it sideways, and it'll tilt. See how it tilts? Now, if you go back, it goes right back to it. Tilt it sideways, and that way, If you're measuring things sideways, your measurements will go with you, very easy to read. You don't have to be looking at it sideways. It'll tilt to adjust your vision no matter where you are or what you're doing. This guy is also magnetic to where you can stick it on any kind of metal, whether it's a metal stud or something like that, or whether it's a pipe or something. It's not extremely strong. You don't have to fight to get it off, but it will hold on to it when you have it somewhere and it doesn't slip and slide off of there. So that's convenient. If you have metal pipes or something, or metal studs or something like that, you can put it right on there, and that way it'll stay there when you need it. Now, as far as the screen goes, it has a lot of little features on there, and I'm going to show you more in a minute. Right here on the side, I don't know if you can see that little green guy right there. That is your angle indicator, and it tells you the angle right up here in the middle. So this guy is green when it's level, but if you tilt it, you see it goes off to gray, telling you you're too far off. So that's convenient when you're doing all sorts of measurements. You know you want to be at the right angle. Up here in this corner, you have your battery indicator telling you how full you are, because it does have a rechargeable battery. Right here in this corner, it tells you your reference point as far as where the laser is taking the measurement. You want to take the measurement from the front, from the back, from the lasers that come out of the side, or from the tripod point that is in the middle. That is all the different ones you can choose from. And to do that, you scroll down to the menu right there, and you pick all the different functions of what you want to do. And if you want to use your formulas, all you do is go sideways, and there you have all your formulas right there. You pick one, all you do is tap on it, and it'll go to the formula for whatever measurement you want to do. So that's fairly cool. Easy to scroll through it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. There you go. Now you go right back to that, no problem at all. Now, one cool thing, like I said, as far as those lasers that come out of the side here, those are very convenient as far as measuring goes. And you select it right there with this guy. Select your reference point, and there's your laser. They come out right there. You go right back to this guy, and it tells you that your lasers are right there. And they help you as far as getting the angle right. And we're going to look at the angle. There's an angle meter right here in the corner. We're going to look at that in a moment. But they help you as far as getting the angle correct. And they also help you to line it up when you're putting it next to something. Let's say you want to line it up against something, and you want to take your measurement exactly from that there. Well, you see on my hand right there, I'm at the wrong angle. You want to be lined up perfectly, and this guy will help you so that you don't want to be too far over. You don't want to be the wrong angle. You want to work with whatever it is that you're using, right? So that's why you do it. Now, my hand is not obviously straight, but if it is, you want this guy to be straight. So whatever the situation is, you can use these guys as indicators, and they also have lines that stretch up. I can't show you on my hand there, but I'll show you when I look it up on the wall or the floor or something. It doesn't come this way. It actually goes up as well to give you a better reference as to what you're marking for your measurements. Now, as far as this guy over here, let me move the camera a little closer and I'll give you a better look at that, because it does have a live angle indicator right there to where you can select whatever angle you're working with on the fly and see it very conveniently. All right, so you can see right there, the angle indicator right on the corner. That's very convenient if you want to measure an angle. And first what you do is you put it straight. It depends where you are, what angle you want to use to zero it out. Right now it's not doing anything. You first have to select your angle, your zero angle, then you click it, and it does its own calibration. That way it knows what your zero angle is. And then from there, then you start tilting it, and it'll tell you what angle you have. So that's fairly cool. And it'll do positive and negative as well. So you can go back, and then it'll go in the opposite direction. So there you go. If you need to find an angle, this little tool will help you to do that. Very convenient. Tilt angle right here, directional angle right there. Using the lasers, it tells you exactly what it is. That way, if you have an angle, you're trying to do something and you have the angle, then you could take the line right there and draw yourself a line so you know exactly what you're working with. It gives you two ways. It tells you what the angle is, and it helps you to line it up. And that way you can mark it, and then you can go from there, remove the tool, and do whatever work you need to do. So that's fairly cool right there. Now, as far as other stuff, this guy does have a bubble level as well. You can see that right there. And it goes to 0 when you're at 0. But if you're at the wrong angle, you see the bubble, it'll start showing you what angle you're at and that you need to adjust it. And you see the two angles right here at the bottom, tells you all the angle information. When you reach 0, bam, it goes to all green and it goes to 0, telling you you're set, you're at 0, you're perfect. So that gives you a little bit of idea of what some of the features that this guy has. Let's take a little closer look and do some measuring. Alright guys, so let's take a look at some of the measurements that this little guy can do for you. Now this guy has a ton of formulas built into it, and I don't think everybody's going to use every single formula, so I'm going to focus on the main one that I think most people are going to find very, very convenient to use, and that is the point to point. And what we're going to do is we're going to measure those cabinets over there from point A to point B and find out exactly how big those guys are. And I have a tape measure right there, and we're going to go look at that right after I take the measurement and see how accurate this guy is. And this is very simple. You just go into the menu right there, you select the point to point, and all you do is tap on it, and it takes you right to it. And then all you do is point at it, and it tells you right there A and then B, and it'll tell us how wide that is. So let me do that right here, right now. First of all, you tap it to get the laser activated. Then you see the laser right there. And if you want more stability, it's better to use a tripod. My hands will shake a little bit because I'm trying to hold all this so the camera can see it. So it's not going to be 100% accurate, but it'll be fairly close. So then we go right here. Let's go to point A. And that tells you right there, it took the measurement. Now we go over to point B. And there it is. It's ready. All we do is take the measurement right there. And there you go. It tells us that it is 62 inches from point to point. So let's go over there and see exactly how accurate this guy is. All right, here we go. So let's see what this guy says. So right there, it says 63, 64. This guy is telling me 62. So I was slightly a little bit off. But 64 to 65, remember, I hit it right about here. I did not go all the way to the outer end. I was measuring right here. So it's going to be a little bit off. So from the inaccurate measurement that I did, it did a pretty good job. So that comes in really, really handy. If you're someplace that you can't get close to something and you can't use a tape measure to get a very accurate reading, this will give you a very, very close approximation. If not very accurate, if you put it on a tripod, you'll be much, much more accurate. So there you go. That worked out really well. All right, guys. One thing that I was talking about earlier was the laser level indicators that we were looking at before, where this guy will put out not just a laser dot, but a laser line that you can use as a point of reference for lining up anything you need. And it puts it on both sides. So you have it on this wall here. If you're using it to measure an entire room, you have it right here where it's on this wall. And at the same time, it'll put it over there on that wall as well. So you can measure things quite far apart from each other and get a very accurate reading. I'm going to move it up there. You see it in the shadow right there. You see the laser right there telling you exactly a line of equality between whatever you're trying to measure from that point forward or that point back. It'll tell you all the way across the room. So that's very, very convenient right there. It tells you perfectly exactly where everything is. And you can use this also to line up between the floor and the ceiling. Now I'm going to point it right here at the floor. Let's say I wanted to do something measuring from this mat right there. You see it right there? I'm showing you where it is. You can take it to the edge of the mat, and then you can point it up from there to the ceiling as well. So you can see it right up there on the ceiling. It gives you a perfect indicator. Let's say if you wanted to build a wall right here, anything along those lines, that'll give you a very good indication of what you're doing. And again, like I was saying, you can tilt this in any direction. Left, right, up, down, whatever angles you want to create. It gives you a very good reference point, and you can use it on any surface. There it is on the wall. If you wanted to use this for hanging pictures or anything, that'll tell you a perfect spot right there where you're lining things up. Obviously, my hand is going to shake a little bit. I'm trying to hold the camera and do this at the same time. But if you put this on a tripod, it'll give you a very steady reference that you can use for hanging pictures or doing anything. And like I said, it'll show, you see right there, it's coming out of both sides. It'll indicate it. You see both sides right there? It'll indicate it on both sides as well. The measurement comes out of the top. These guys stay on the whole time. Once you click them on, they stay on and they go from one extent to the other all the way across. And you can see it right over there. Let me move it up for you there. You can see it right there all the way on the other end of the room. Now, this garage is about 20 feet in length, and you see you get a very clear light on both sides. I'm standing all the way to one side here, but I can move further back, and you see that it still lights it up perfectly. Now, I can see it with my eyes. The camera may not be able to see it perfectly, but I can see it with my eyes just fine. And like I said, then you move over here, and the indicator is perfectly well right there. So it's a very nice bright laser, perfect for doing any kind of measurement whatsoever. Again, point it at the ground, and you want to use it for, I don't know, measuring from there on. It's perfect. It lines it up for you. Even on metal surface, it lights it up. On that area right there, on a plastic surface, it lights up perfectly everywhere you put it. It gives you a very clear, distinct laser, even on a black surface, on a black mat. It still lights it up very nicely. And I have all my fluorescent lights on in here, and you can still see it without any trouble at all. So that's a very useful line to have for any kind of markings or indicators that you want to do. Alright guys, there you have it, a review and demonstration of a brand new product from Milessey, an early production prototype of the D9 Pro laser meter that should be coming on the market very, very soon. Now this is a prototype and there may be some minor changes or improvements, but I think this unit is 99% ready for the market right now. I don't see any faults or problems that they really need to address. So if you're looking for a cutting-edge laser measuring tool with a lot of features, I think this is a very nice unit. It has a metal body so it's solid in the hand and should be more durable than the ABS units on the market. It has a ton of features and formulas built in for doing all sorts of measurements for both the DIYer and professional. It also has a very intuitive and easy to understand clean interface. I like this design better than the previous model that I tested from Milessey. So check out the link below to get more details if you're interested in this unit. Questions or comments, put them down below. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye for now.